one of the things that is very inspiring to me is this mission of the center to use science-based approaches. That providing information to people is not enough to motivate them to change their behavior, whether we're talking about global warming, whether we're talking about racism, whether we're talking about democracy, protecting our institutions, all the things that one would advocate, become, involved with. So I think that this is inspiring and very hopeful, actually, that we will find, new ways to be able to be successful in helping people change their behavior for the betterment of their communities locally, but for the betterment of the world and humanity. Well, let's see. I was in the television field for my entire career, but at the same time, as a young adult, I became an activist. And when I say that, I grew up on a barrier island in South Florida, so I became a lifelong environmental activist for sure, a social activist, a community activist. I created and produced the first public awareness campaign on the environment for television back in 1990. So I've been talking about global warming to public audiences for over 30 years. Combining my professional experience, my education, work experience, and then my passion for advocacy, especially in the area of environmental awareness. When I attended the university in 1963 to 1967, there were hardly any Black students at the university. So if you went to your classes across the campus, you really didn't see any Black students. Of course, this is many decades later, but we're still looking at the issue of systemic racism and a lack of diversity in lots of areas, including in the area of communications and journalism. Well, I've always been driven by a few things. One is curiosity. Another is gratitude. Another is justice and giving back. So I would encourage those alumni to think about what their passions are, what their values are, what's important to them. And there are plenty of opportunities at the college to sync up with your own particular way of giving back to the school in appreciation for the education you receive, but also in the hopes that you're helping to move the college forward and continuing to progress